Welcome back to another video on Feel the Play TV. It's been a while since we've been in the stew, but you know, man, we keep having the special guests come in thick and fast. So yeah, man, we've got two special guests in the studio. You know, they're always here with us on our journey, and we're glad to, you know, get them back in the studio. Anita, Moyo. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Why did we wait?
It looks like you're on a talk show and you're like,
It's home as well. You lot ain't strangers.
True.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we're glad to have you guys on again to chop it up with us, man.
Thanks for having us. The last time we chopped it up, it was a little bit uncomfortable.
Comfortable
conversations.
And it still will be. It still will be. You know what I'm trying to say? Sanch.
Pleasure as always. Thank you for coming on, girls. Thank you.
Of course, anytime.
The return leg, as we promised.
100%. 100%.
Wait for you guys at the door.
I know. It's crazy still. I can't lie, man. The worst possible time to do the return leg.
Oh, fantastic.
Why couldn't we wait till after the season ended? But listen, our team still have a lot to play for. You know, some would say not in the right competitions, but
Right.
you know.
I think more so it's the right competition for you guys.
You think?
Yeah. You're definitely Europa League standard.
And you guys?
It's the wrong competition.
Let's
You guys-
just hope Anthony don't dunk on you.
Anthony.
and she's scared about that. Don't let her lie.
I'm not. I ain't scared about nothing. What?
Yeah.
We know his
Don't
style.
worry,
We've got
we're
it.
gonna get into them games, 100%. We're gonna get into them games because we got some big games on the horizon. Some would say, but starting with the FA Cup final. Palace winning it for, you know, the first time in their history, first trophy in their history, for a matter of fact. So we got our guy in the stew. He's buzzing. He's still wearing the top that he wore on the day, and I don't blame him, man. Yeah, man, it's amazing to see, man. You know what I mean?
It's huge.
I'm sorry, I hope he's changed his shirt, bro. It's been on hold 24 hours.
He has not changed his shirt.
It's been a whole 24
I might
hours.
wear that for a week. If a
month. A month.
Anita, first, come on.
What, you're not washing it?
Oh, whatever, innit?
What, for FA Cup?
For that month.
It ain't the champs, man. It ain't the champs, man.
Wembley on the top.
I don't know, man. If it was like your first champs, I hear it. FA Cup.
Look
Come
at
on,
them
man.
looking down.
They're Chelsea for you, man.
Chelsea,
Oh,
you
man.
know?
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy. What did you
Big
not think
things.
of the game?
Do you know what? I didn't watch the whole game because I went to brunch, but I was watching it on my phone. What? Why did you laugh? What's funny? What's funny?
Because why? What?
Come on, man.
What, the final wasn't spicy enough?
Hey, I needed to go to the brunch.
Yes.
You know, I wanted to booze and yap, you know. But nah, I put it on my phone. And my girls weren't too happy about it, but it was fine. Put it on my phone and I saw the Eze goal. And from that point, I just knew City weren't going to come back. I don't know what it is about Palace. They always have City's number.
Yeah.
There's always something about them. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was pleasantly surprised that Man City lost.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola looked like, do you know, remember Guardiola in like 09, 010, when he would just be like,
Yeah, just
and he would start drinking and water, start moving mad. That was him on the touchline for like a good 10 minutes. Then he just thought, that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got a
he gave
legendary
up.
meme there.
Yeah, man.
I know everyone's seen that.
The one where
The guy's going like this.
At one point, he's like, bro, we don't know what you're saying. Like, no one gets it.
Hey, he was just tweaking off the net. But it's interesting that you say that Palace having City's number, because Glasner actually came out and said that. He said to Pep that if you lot play like that again,
We're gonna
we're
catch you out.
gonna figure you out still. That's big stick talk. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Because they got battered 5-2. Well,
They
went
took
up.
the lead, innit?
Yeah,
They went 2-0 up and
Do you
just...
get it? But then goals started flying in, so that must have been on their minds, like, in terms of the game prior.
I do think as well, though, in those sorts of games, a final, a one-off, it's like, even if you think player for player, the other team is better, if you all execute the game plan, you've got a chance. And I feel like that's how Palace went into the game. Like, there were even opportunities in the game they didn't score, but the pattern of play was the exact same in terms of, like, you're firing the ball straight into Mateta's holding it up, laying it off, then he makes a run in. It's gone out to Munoz. Like, that actual pattern of play happened at least 3 times in the game.
And to the goal.
Yeah, and to the goal, exactly. And it felt as though City didn't have an answer for it, which was strange because that same goal has been happening against them all season, by the way.
But the thing is, like Glasner said it, like if you play the same way you played, we're gonna catch you out. Like that's some stick talk. He backed it, and I
100%.
respect it. One thing about Pep is, even though I think, let me just say this now, I think Pep is one of the greatest managers to ever be in football. Okay, just putting that disclaimer. But sometimes he looks clueless, bro. Sometimes he ain't got the answers to what other teams are throwing at him, and when he does it, it looks so bad. He didn't have a single answer to Crystal Palace. He tried his best to break down their low block. It just wasn't working. And I don't know if I put it on the players or if I put it on Pep and his tactics. I'm not, I'm torn.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about the lineup, City's lineup.
Same.
I just, I didn't know what was going on.
It's like he's angry at some players and he just benches them. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it was strange, and he's done that in a few finals where he's played some strange teams. There's no centre mids on the pitch yesterday, and it's like I don't know what you're trying to do. Like literally, like it was kind of. I could kind of see the goal they scored coming with the team they put out. I can't lie. So it's like they were always gonna get. Palace were always gonna get chances on that transition, on that counter, and it happened.
Came to fruition,
It was crazy.
And Palace, Europa League.
Community Shield, Europa is a mill. How green?
How greedy from nowhere, just like leave it. It's mad.
From no pot to a pot
to a pot. Like they're just going bam for bam for bam. Like leave it though. It's crazy still. Like what does that mean for them going into like next season? Like,
But I was having this conversation yesterday, and it's like, will certain players now go?
Yeah.
This is the
They
worst
probably
time.
will, but I mean, like now there's the question mark whether they actually will or not. Gaffer, brilliant gaffer.
will he go?
Who would they bring in? Mad.
Yeah.
Like it could explode, bro.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
So like Roma will be going to Selhurst Park and
Yeah.
Deep it.
stuff. It's just
European tour.
Like they need to sort out their like infrastructure.
Like, you gonna make that? Is the stadium gonna make?
Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? A Luton Town kind of vibe. Like, are you sure it's fit?
That stadium
Are you
needs
sure
some
it's
work.
fit for purpose? we didn't know European football was coming there anytime
Park
soon.
is so funny as well because
Yeah,
like
it's so
Yeah.
fun.
you can actually hit like I don't know how to describe it. You can hear everything that's happening. in the stadium.
Bro, yeah.
Also, the pitch feels literally a stone's throw away from like the crowd.
And even
Sainsbury's.
outside.
Yeah,
that's why, outside, I still feel like I'm like it don't feel like I'm going into a stadium. Like it's actually crazy when you think about it. But
That long road coming down. I'm just thinking about like when ultras from other
yeah.
teams, like,
Yeah, you're gonna get bumped.
Hey.
Like, there's no avoiding anything. Like it's the circumference of everything. It's literally in close proximity to everything.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting, obviously. And then obviously you got City still trying to qualify for
Champs.
the Champions League. Like, what do you think next season looks like? Because we've got a lot of evidence.
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to bounce back from a pretty like,
Dead.
terrifying
season.
season?
Dead
Yeah,
season.
terrible. And do you know what is with City that like arguably we haven't really seen Pep do is like rebuild like
Yeah.
we haven't seen him rebuild a midfield. Every midfielder that he's attempted to buy, he's put them straight back to the bench in favour of the older players that he like bar Rodri. And even then, Rodri in his first season,
He had to break in.
he had to break into
to
it.
break in.
And then once he's stuck on Rodri now, Calvin Phillips didn't get a look in. They brought in other players, didn't get a look in. Gundogan coming back
That was. Listen.
was very telling. Was
decision.
very telling in terms of like, it almost reminds me of Ferguson in his final season when he was like, you could tell everyone was old and was like, we're just grinding. We're getting every last drop, that we can because once these lot are done,
That's
good
it.
luck to you
it.
guys.
Yeah.
And it feels like that from Pep's side because even in January, 200 million spent. The centre back's been banished to the shadow realm.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
not.
What happened there?
we have
Yeah,
not-
yeah,
we have
Obviously,
not-
obviously Kusano has come in here and there.
Hey.
But the other one, bro,
We have not seen.
that
bro.
is money laundering.
That's what I'm saying.
It has to be because they spent about 25, 30 M's on
This,
him.
all
I
this
forgot
transfer
about
from
that.
Girona, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's not adding up.
Dirty deal.
It's not
Dirty
adding
deals.
up.
And yeah.
And isn't
disappeared. Didn't he play like 10 games?
Isn't Pep's brother at Girona? There's dodgy deals going on. in this football pyramid, man are taking checks out here. I'm showing you.
Like Marmoush looks good.
He's good.
Other than Marmoush,
He's
though,
good.
Yeah.
we don't know how that 200 million was
They
spent.
spent 60 M
Nico.
on Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Where's my man?
I have not seen him kick a ball.
Where's my man? Where is he?
No, like genuinely. Okay, cool. I don't tune into City games, but I haven't seen him. I don't know what number he wears. I don't know.
If they put him in the lineup and said, "Tell me who
will
this guy is,"
know. I will not know.
I will not be able to. It's crazy.
And they're gonna splash again. It's mad.
100.
And no one says bats an eyelid.
Of course.
No one bats an eyelid.
No one bats an eyelid. And then the scariest thing
That's
with
fine, he's
City
jealous.
is what. No, it's not.
I
even
am.
about-
No, I am.
I am
jealous.
I am.
I'm 300 M.
Just wash it down.
100
the
plus
toilet.
in Jan.
Even.
The thing is, as well, yeah, with City transfers, that's a weird one, is that, like, we just believe whatever they tell us. In terms of, like, we've never seen this player for Savio, whatever he wants to call himself, yeah. Like, we just all believe, yeah, he must be
But
good.
the thing is,
if Pep wants
the
him.
first couple of games, he was good.
I still think he's
There was a bright
he's
spark
talent.
there.
It's just,
Talented,
it's just the levels. Isn't
But
it?
you see the output stuff, we would not accept. If the players they're getting, we accept whatever output from them. If it was happening at our club,
I'll be
rival fans
livid.
will be slating us, and we'd be slating them ourselves.
Yeah,
They still don't-
100%.
The Grealish, because he was involved in the treble,
We don't care.
100 million well spent.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No, we all still debate that though. We debate
No.
that heavily.
No,
I
it can't be
was
debated.
saying it even when they
Debate
won
that.
it though.
It can't be
And-
debated. It was not. He can never be worth 100 million.
And what's he
Ever.
doing now though as well? They're apparently trying to ship him out.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
For
I
him
ain't
to-
got the answers.
But
that little boy that came on yesterday and Grealish that was warming up for 30 minutes.
Bro,
Come
playing
bro,
with each other on the sideline
disrespectful.
or something.
Come on. HD cuts.
You get the it's crazy still. But yeah, leading up to some important games. I keep doing this because
It's not it.
it's not where United want to be. It's not where Chelsea want to be. Battling it out for bottom tier European trophies. Like we want to be in the big time at the end of the day. Obviously, you guys have a chance through the league, etc. And you took a big step in beating us. And then obviously us, we've got the cup final against Spurs, in which we're going to touch on as well a bit later on. But what did you guys think of the Chelsea game, Chelsea United game?
Okay, so
Like, game on her phone.
okay, we were at our wedding. Okay, like we can't make this up. Like we were actually at our wedding.
I turned over to Anita's table like this and I said, that better not be one.
Oh my
Hey,
The love. Look, she's Lumen's running. Like,
listen, you can't take it out of me. You gotta take it out of me.
I hear it.
That match was abysmal for both sides. It was abysmal, and it just showed the lack of talent and quality that both sides have at the moment. And do you know what? I did think that Chelsea would go in and take the win. Like there was no doubt about it in my mind. But when Harry Maguire scored that offside goal, hallelujah, thank God, scored that offside goal, I got a bit scared because Chelsea hadn't turned up yet, and Man United just kept pressing us. Mason Mount looked amazing, and I was thinking, oh, okay. This is kind of scary scenes. But at the end of the day, I feel like what Man United is missing is someone that's just clinical in the box, like a fox in the box. You guys just don't have that, which is kind of depressing to watch because there were several times where you'll get into the final third and I'm thinking, not like I'm rooting for you guys, but like obviously I'm a football fan, so I'm thinking surely that the pass is going to come, but there's no one in the box to have that, to be on the end of that pass. So there were just many times I kept happening and I thought, okay, at some point, Reece James is going to cross it in and Cucurella's going to get at the end of it. I swear to God, I told my girl this before half time and then it happened. So, yeah, man, it was a poor game from both sides, but...
Big win.
God,
win.
big
3
win,
points.
man.
'Cause if you didn't get that, it will be looking
Yeah.
Oh, if we didn't
worse
get that...
than it is right now.
If we didn't get that, I genuinely think a lot of Chelsea fans will say Maresca needs to go. There's a lot of them saying it already, but that would have been the nail in the coffin because you can't lose to Man United at home, especially knowing that this is basically a cup final for us, because we've got to go to Nottingham Forest gaff and we have to beat them over there. So,
And what do you think, Moyo, in terms of how that game was from a United perspective? Because for me, I felt as if we actually started the
we
game
did.
well.
We did.
Like I felt like we was comfortable in possession and Chelsea couldn't get near us at times.
Yep.
You know, and I think obviously it changed with the second half, etc. But why is it that we can start games like that?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've seen that this season as well.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where maybe we don't take our chances. Not even maybe, we don't take our chances.
Yeah.
And it leads to the other team like scoring. What's your thoughts?
Honestly, it's such a weird one. And like, stylistically, I always feel like we always do. Chelsea never really looked better than us. Like, genuinely, for the past, you have to
I
think,
agree.
and
Genuinely, I
it's
agree.
telling from the amount of draws we've had. Yeah, you never look categorically better than us.
I agree.
And arguably, we never look. It's pretty even all the time. I think stylistically.
Yeah, I agree. Genuinely. Even when you beat us and Palmer scored the
And
hat trick or
we were
whatever,
winning- we were
often
winning
the
5
hell
minutes to
out
go.
of you lot.
What are you talking about?
But then,
It's not something to
Garnacho,
brag about,
Anthony,
but
Bruno
I get
always
what
have
she's
you on
saying.
toast.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know what? We still get the wins.
Oh, whatever.
It's fine, well, say what you want to say. We still get the W's. That's fine.
It's mainly draws. It's
I think
mainly
the last two. Whoa.
Cool, say no.
It's mainly draws.
Cool.
It was a draw at Old Trafford, by the way.
At Stamford Bridge. At Stamford
Who
Bridge.
cares about that tiny stadium, man?
If you want to talk about stadium, let's go.
right.
Because there's water leaking from your roof.
It's all right. We'll get in the circus tent next year, man.
Hey, God.
Yeah, I think stylistically we cancel each other out often. And in terms of like starting games well, naturally I wouldn't say we start well against teams in general, but in the bigger games we often see like a little 10-minute, 12-minute spell that looks like, oh, we're up for it today.
okay.
And then we get a couple chances.
Today might be the
exactly,
day.
today might be the day. The chances often fall to Garnacho. I won't lie, yeah. It's normally Garnacho gets one, Bruno gets one, and then a defender gets one. And then we don't score. And then genuinely, I do think that like these lot mentally are not great. Like in terms of like a team that's good is just relentless.
Yeah.
Like we saw in the Champions League, Barcelona, even when they kept going like down in terms of the scoreline, they're just relentless. We won't score, the other team will score. No, we won't score and then we'll cower. Then the other team will score. Then it's like, oh, we need to wake up because we're because we're down now. But the other team isn't just going to let us back in.
Right.
And I feel like it's a mental thing, but also personnel-wise, a lot of the players don't trust each other. And it's in those moments that the trust takes you through those bits.
Yeah.
So, like, there was times in the Chelsea game, the pass was on to Højlund, and I'm not trying to be funny, I wouldn't trust him either, because the couple times he was getting the ball, he was losing the ball. Like, he can't trap the ball, he can't stop the ball. I was watching Mateta yesterday, and my head wasn't actually getting hot.
Yeah.
I said, it's the basics he's not doing. And it reminds me a bit of, like, how they used to treat Weghorst in the box.
Stop.
But no, I'm being so serious. But they used to not treat Weghorst like that outside of the box. So they'd give him the ball in like the number 10 position, yeah, and they'd start
He'll deal
running.
with it.
You see what I mean? Like,
deal with that.
he'll be like, yeah, don't worry,
It
give me
was
the ball.
in front of the goal where it
was
got
in-
a bit.
Then they're like, oh no, is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? But like, Højlund's issue right now is he can't do any of it.
Can't do nothing, right?
And that
You
and
was obviously you was there at the game, and you obviously said
Again?
I knew this was
He is
I knew you were going to say that, and I knew Moyo was going to say that.
Whoa! When I told this story, I said, nah, son, even those that have been strong soldiers have not been strong soldiers.
No,
Like,
no. He knows. I've told him, bro. Like, don't be trying to call my phone and tell a man to go up to OT on a Saturday.
Every time on your story that I see is Old Trafford, I know it's you. I know it's you.
Hey,
I know.
we was there in the Europa League. Listen, it's still running. You know, it still runs through. But all of that, you know,
in the league,
Josh,
God actually helped.
I can't.
on the court. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, you were there. How was that? Because you were saying that fans around you, lost it with
done.
him.
They've been done with him, but I just feel like, especially my brother, because I went with my brother, he's loves United and all of that, but he's not into it. Like, doesn't watch it every week, misses games, doesn't go as regularly. So he obviously hasn't watched Højlund as much as we have.
Right.
What a homecoming.
And I'm standing there next to him, and I'm like, yeah, now you get it, bro. Like, now you know what I'm watching every single week, and it's like, we talked we spoke about the 10 minutes where we've done okay,
Yeah.
and there's a bit of sympathy because it's like you can only keep that up so much with when you have a front line like the one you do, because ultimately, if like you said, you can't trap a ball, you can't take care of a ball. Every time we go forward, we're just gonna give it away. So there's no
Sustainability.
Yeah.
to keep that over a half or over a game. So yeah, it might be for 10 minutes where he might not be involved.
Yep.
But then once he starts getting involved, we're going to lose the ball, and then that's when Chelsea are going to take over. Do you get it? Because
10 men.
they're better going forward.
It's
So
even 9 if we're keeping it a buck.
yeah, so I think that's why I feel some sympathy for the manager, where it's like, okay, like we've actually started well here, but you can only do so much. It's going to break down, and then Chelsea are going to get more control of the game, and then you lose. It becomes a bit more chaotic, and then there you go. So
That's another issue as well that I find with this squad. Like, we can build up. That's not actually my issue when I watch us. Like, we can get up the pitch, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen us patterns of play, and I'm like, oh, we're out.
Yeah.
And then
The decision making.
we get next to the box, literally just a bit next to it,
They get
and
scared.
everyone just starts like running away.
Yep.
Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. But at the end of the day, like, we know where our issues are. Like, and we're gonna touch on it when we delve deeper into the final. Touching on Arsenal briefly.
Oh, we're done with Man United.
No, we're getting.
Oh, you're
back.
just
We're gonna
getting
get back
started.
into it.
I'm gonna
We're
bring
gonna
these
get
back
back into
later.
You're so excited.
Look,
man.
look.
I'm excited, fam. I'm enjoying.
Forrest has got something for me next week, man.
Yeah, Anthony's gonna. Yeah, we'll speak. But yeah, Arsenal. They've yeah, had a right time with it recently. You know, got knocked out of the Champions League.
tough still. This was the not well. They all say next year's the year, innit? But this was the one still. I think for like if you told me at the start of the season City were gonna do what they're gonna do, and they're not gonna, and Arsenal won't win it.
Yeah.
Like if I was an Arsenal fan, that will hurt. That's a big blow in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's like now next season, is it gonna happen again?
Yeah.
And then you get an opportunity in Champions League, you beat Real Madrid the way you do, and then
Only Arsenal though.
don't get me wrong, PSG probably the most exciting team in the competition this season, but it's like, oh, it's such a great opportunity, and then you got Inter Milan where it's like, well, you might not get a better chance than this.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be like, I'm not worried because there's still obviously quality, but it's like, this a missed opportunity. I can't lie.
Genuinely, like, are you guys saying that Arteta should still be taking Arsenal forward? Like, what's your thoughts? Because that's the debate, you know, in terms of he's doing his bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't deny what he's done.
Yeah, of course.
Like, do you know what I mean? The evidence is there.
No.
But what do you guys say in terms of moving forward for Arsenal's future?
In my opinion, there's always going to be people in your life that take you to certain points in your life, okay? Always. That's
Fairs.
always going to happen. No, it's true.
No, first.
Some people in your life are only meant to be there for a season.
Yeah.
And Arteta's season is over.
Expired.
It's expired because, like you guys said, this was the season to do it. I don't care how many injuries they had, because they're going to talk about the injuries, they're going to talk about circumstances, they're going to talk about this and that and the third. Champions League is not the only competition that they were in. They were in the Carabao Cup, they were in the FA Cup, they were in the Premier League, and they bottled all of it. You cannot keep doing that season after season after season after season. No. You can't just focus on one thing and then expect everything else to fall in line and be okay. No. Life doesn't work that way. And Arteta's been doing it season after season after season. When do you get tired?
When?
Exactly.
When?
Like, for me, personally, as a Chelsea fan, he would have been gone 2-3 seasons ago. You've rebuilt the team and you've brought back happiness to our fans. Thank you. It's time to go. You know, that's just me because Chelsea fans were brutal,
That's
like
how
we're
you are,
ruthless.
Yeah, fair.
Not spoiled, but just ruthless. Like we want to see trophies. We want to see, okay, you brought the fan base back together. What's gonna come of it? I'd rather be miserable and win trophies than be happy and win nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so he's not winning anything, and it's just been shown. Like I understand what he means to that club. I get it, but sentiment needs to go out the door when you're not winning any trophies. It's time. It's so unfortunate, but it's time because next season, everybody, not just Chelsea, not just Liverpool, and not just Man City. I'm looking at Newcastle. I'm looking at Nottingham Forest, who are going to large up their chest about how far they've come. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're going to go far, but they're going to cause some upset. So everybody's going to improve their squad. Arsenal, they need to get a striker. They need to get a left winger. I think they probably need another centre back, another midfielder. And I'm saying all these things, but they've had ample opportunity to get all of these players. They have got all these players, and they've done nothing with it. So it's just going to go around in a circle again and again. If things can remain the same every single season, what do? You change what's at the top of it, which is the manager. It's unfortunate. You need new ideas. You need new formations. You need new tactics, and maybe something will work. They have a talented squad. It's just the manager. I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's more than fair, to be honest, and it's what most Arsenal fans are saying at the minute. Then you got the other half of it that are still there, willing to give him another chance, etc.
I think he's close. I honestly would keep him. I think it's tricky for Arsenal because each year it's been a different thing.
Yeah.
So like there was one season they were scoring a lot of goals, but then they were conceding a lot. Then they sorted out the defense. They weren't conceding a lot, and then the goals was good and they got close. They got really, really, really close, but didn't win it. Then the next season, you're thinking, go again in the exact same like vein of form, but just add a couple pieces. They did that, and it obviously they had injuries that season. It was like, okay, cool. But this season, it's felt like offensively, they've not been how they've been the other seasons. I think if offensively they'd played how they did in the other seasons, they win the league this season.
Yeah.
Like, the difference has been the goals in terms of, like, some of those games that, like, 2-3 seasons ago, they were genuinely blowing teams away in terms of, like, Arsenal were relentless.
Yeah.
For at least 70 of the 90 minutes, it was like, it's just going to be wave after wave of attack.
But then, like, not to sound like oblivious, but like, what changed in the Arsenal squad? Because it's still the same, kind of the same front three, right? Martinelli, Saka. It's still, there you go. So the manager again.
No, but
it's the manager.
Yeah, like, when it comes to Arteta, I've spoken to Arsenal fans and told them, like, you guys do know that you've changed the way you've played from when you started challenging for the league.
Yeah.
And you've got to hold the buck that it comes with. Like, you speak about a striker and you speak about where Arsenal need to get to, etc., and what's the missing pieces in their squad. But then you got a gaffer that is making you more rigid, and it clearly shows because you're signing left backs, and then now you're in for Zubimendi. Like, you're prioritizing parts of the pitch where it was already, stable. So for me, it's the gaffer. Like, you've changed your way of playing, and it hasn't got you over the line. This season, the season that just passed, you signed Calafiori, who hasn't been featuring, etc. But your defense ain't what let you down this season.
Yeah,
it's the attack.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I think the two windows have been like for you to like I said at the beginning. I thought this season was the one to go cross that line, and then to have the two windows you had. That although that might not be on the manager completely, that's still it's a club.
Yeah, it's a club issue. Arteta's involved in that.
Yeah, and it's like that was nowhere near enough to go and win the league, and it's like. But do you actually want to go and do you get it? And it's like someone made a great point. Look at PSG in Jan.
Yeah.
Game changing.
They completely changed.
Game changing. Because PSG went to Arsenal earlier in the season, and it was a different game.
Yeah.
It was a different.
You know what I found funny?
Dembele was benched.
Yeah.
And that's why when PSG beat Arsenal, I laughed because Arsenal fans are saying, "Oh, we played them already. This is a different team."
Yeah, it was.
And
100%.
the best managers can change things in an instant. Like, not to bring back to Chelsea or nothing, but I always think about Thomas Tuchel, and that's when I knew, like, that's a real manager right there. Thomas Tuchel came in January. Frank Lampard left saying these players are not ready to win nothing. Thomas Tuchel came in, 3 at the back. Timo Werner, you're no longer the number 9. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you changed everything, went to go win the Champions League. Who does that? A good manager. Like, you need a good manager, a good, serious manager to come in and take over the squad. Like, this is Arteta's first job, by the way, as a manager. Remember, this is his first gig. It's okay to let him go. Do what we did with Jose. Let him go.
Yeah.
Get in some experience, some other managers, and bring him back whenever he's ready. You know, it's okay.
It's interesting that you're alluding to the fact that a manager can come in and if he's at a certain level, he should be able to, you know, take a squad in a certain vein.
100%.
So, Moyo, what's your thoughts on, plain and simple, Ruben Amorim?
That segue is crazy. That segue is crazy.
I thought that was gonna be an Arsenal section. Then I was like, oh, you're going there.
Yeah,
You're going
you
there.
had me in a first half.
Genuinely though, because I've heard mixed, you know, conversations from different people. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
If Amorim doesn't win the Europa League, sack him. If he wins the Europa League, still sack him.
Still sack him.
No, we should keep him because he hasn't got his squad. No, we should keep him because he came in, you know, not with a pre-season and things like that. So I'm just very interested to hear your point of view with the whole situation because, as we know, we have a cup final coming up.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yep.
And it's gonna have its ramifications.
Of course.
So, yeah, what's your thoughts?
I feel like the Amorim topic is like split into 3. The first thing is that we thought the players were bad before he came, yeah? There's not been, I'm not joking, maybe in the last 12 signings we've done, there's been 2 that beforehand I've said, you know what, I'm happy with that, let's go forward with this signing. I'm being so serious. Most of the signings, like if you look at like a Ugarte, for example, I categorically said, do not sign. Mason Mount, do not sign.
Yes.
And the club just does what they want. And so when these players come in and they're not performing, can I then be like, oh, manager, what can you do? When I've already decided these players are not good enough.
Yeah.
My second thing with Amorim, though, is that I get in the sense that he doesn't want to change his identity, but your identity with this crop of garbage players is reaping no reward, yeah? And in the beginning, it was like, we need to suffer, yeah? Sorry. I don't know. I've done my suffering.
I didn't know I could suffer, but I suffered.
I've done my suffering now. It's enough. It's enough. And that Lyon game is imprinted in my brain because we have not seen this man smile like that since the day he landed in Manchester because his life actually flashed before his eyes. I'm being dead serious.
No joke. There was one clip. It was
gazing.
No. They've equalised. Jackets on.
Yeah.
Then 4-2 up. Jackets gone.
And it was nowhere near him. It was nowhere near him. He was becoming hot. He was becoming.
I said yeah.
He almost lost his whole security blanket. Like everything. Ever since that game, he's been like, well, you guys know now, the focus is Europa. Imagine Europa had gone. Yeah.
And we're still
just losing games.
Last week. You know how dark.
What will he say? What will he say? And he's scaring me, yeah, because in the beginning I was like, guys, there's what more can Amorim do? Like, we're creating chances, we're just not scoring. Like, is he supposed to physically put the ball in the net? But in recent time, yeah, I'm becoming scared of this man because it's not... The style of play is not enough for me to put my whole faith in it. Number one, to be like, you know what? I can take the lows because this looks so promising. Because even at its best, by the way, it's not looked peak. It's looked, oh, we can score goals from this. But it's not looked like, oh my God, this brand of football we're an inch away from looks crazy. It's not that. Secondly, what is looking like he's going to need, we can't supply it for him. Because he's now acting, by the way, that he needs 10 new players. And we're not getting that. We're not getting.
Yeah.
We're probably. It's probably going to take 2 to 3 years.
As normal.
As
Naturally.
normal.
Do you get it?
But is he trying to tell us that the improvements will be like from 17th to 14th,
That's what
14th to 11th?
Yeah.
God
Because
forbid.
That's what it's looking. That's what it's looking like.
That's what I was saying as well. 'Cause
That's what
that
it's looking like.
anything's an improvement now.
Yeah.
But what is that good enough?
Yeah.
And listen, I love honesty in a manager, but sometimes it's too. After certain games, I don't want to hear that line of argument from you. Like even a couple months ago when he was like, I get it from the fans' perspective, I'm doing even worse than the guy sacked before me. And I was thinking, ooh.
Shut up.
Ooh.
What did he say last week? He
What
said,
hasn't he said?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm the worst. I'm the worst
I
manager
might
in
walk
United
away or
history.
something. Like if I
Yeah.
don't improve, isn't it? Take my seat or something.
Yeah,
like
then someone else should take my seat.
For me, with that, yeah, briefly, yeah,
He's acting like a...
because for me, I can't lie to you, yeah, with Amarin, with Ten Hag,
Oh no.
no, like
You're gonna
just-
talk about him again.
No, this is brief.
No, he
Ten Hag,
because that's the origin story. That's the truth
Good
of it.
words.
Ten Hag was deluding fans.
Yeah, not me though.
Sorry, sorry, I take that back.
Me.
He was deluding. Yeah.
He was deluding such.
Yeah, and me.
He was deluding for the play. Me, I was standing strong.
You were standing strong. You said, get that man
Get that man out.
Yeah, Fez. So, Ten Hag, he was deluding
Deluding.
himself as well
Yep.
with some of the statements that he would make.
Yeah.
Like everyone knew certain things he would say was like, bro, like, are you being serious here? Like I would see things on Twitter, X, whatever you call it, and I would actually run to go and watch the press conference to say,
Surely he couldn't have said it.
nah, you didn't say that, bro. Like that's not. Then I just stopped watching his presses. Just
Yeah. I
in
remember we
general.
went to Brentford once. 30 shots Brentford had,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we had 3 shots.
And he
And he
said
said
we
we were the
deserve-
better team.
better team.
But,
So, but he
my head
was
would've been
doing
on
that.
fire.
But then cool, you got Amarin that, Amarin, he's so honest. He understands the fans' perspective, etc., etc., etc. I personally do not want a defeatist
yeah.
manager.
Yeah.
Just put
That's
the fries
me
in the
being
bag,
honest,
man.
innit? And that is something that I'm gonna really put under the microscope next season. This season, it's a bit difficult to pinpoint, like, for me to say, oh yeah, nah, cool, I don't want this, etc. Because there's a lot of things that are not going in his favor. But that's a key point. I do not want the manager of Manchester United to be a defeatist person.
Yeah, agreed.
I do not want you to be. Listen, as you said, there's things that you do in private, etc. There's things that you don't need to be always saying, bro. And that's another thing. I don't know whether to contribute, like put it down to the fact that he's a new gaffer and he doesn't like he's still dealing with the media and stuff like that. But that side of things is not on for me still. I can't lie, bro. Like genuinely, like I do not like watching certain pressers and hearing negativity 24/7,
Yeah.
bro. If you say it 1, 2, 3, cool.
We've
But when
heard.
it's consistent, when we know what we're seeing, bro, we don't need to always hear it, bro.
Yeah.
Then
Like,
what do you want him to say?
no, but it's
Everything's
not
all
about that.
rosy.
It's sometimes you don't need to.
say. Just
Everything's
get some
down.
You
points
can
on the
stop at a
board.
point, you know. Sometimes you say too much.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's the
I
issue.
agree.
You don't need to always say too much.
Yeah, saying stuff like the shit that I just heard you say, that's crazy.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
is crazy.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
This place turns people crazy, bro.
yeah, 100%. We know
That's
this
what
though,
I'm
but then that's
thinking.
and that's why I don't want to be.
Like, I
too-
genuinely think he's going in there. I don't even think he's
He
planning
knows
that
what-
in his head. Like I just think he's going mad.
He's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
That means
he's
going
actually
mad.
got
Because you
headlines.
just-
Like, when he
remember.
said that comment last week, I think his head's gone in that presser. I don't think that's
Yep.
premeditated. Do you get it? I don't think he's going in there saying, "Oh, we're rubbish." This, that,
But
and the other.
even
I
the
just think
premeditated ones as well, though. Because remember, he's done a lot of interviews, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of interviews.
But then you,
More interviews than I've ever seen a manager
Yeah,
do.
I've actually seen him too many times.
No, genuinely,
so-
that genuinely speaking, I promise you, God sees, yeah. There's some interviews that I don't know what Amarin has even said
Yeah.
because I haven't tuned in because there's just so much. Do you get what I'm saying, bro?
And then I'm trying to work out, was this all filmed on the same day? What jacket is he wearing here? And what jacket is he wearing here? Like, where are these coming from?
But you have to take some sort of pity on him.
No, that's why I can't judge him.
Because he's come from sport.
judge
He
him.
was unbeaten at Sporting, and he took this job.
No, but that's my
He
point.
took this job.
Yeah, but it's not. We're not a charity case though.
No,
At the
but
end of
you
the day-
are.
No,
No, you are.
No, we're not.
Brother, come
We're
on,
not
man.
a charity case.
In recent times,
even
like,
when
come on, man.
Amarin, even when we appointed Amarin, we were still having conversations about other gaffers. Like it's not like remember-
Who wanted to who?
It's not even
No,
about.
boss,
It's not
come
even
on.
about. No, let me land on this. It's not even about who. You know, it's not Chelsea. Respectfully, like coming to United is a different kettle of fish.
Fam, we're not living in 2012.
It's not.
no more.
It's not about
We're not-
2012.
we
I'm
need
not
to
talking
allow
about-
it.
I'm talking about a gaffer.
Yeah, and I'm talking
As a
about that
gaffer,
too.
gaffers have ego. It's
Listen,
not about
I'm not being funny.
on.
Okay, there were not many gaffers lined up for the Man United job.
who said that.
Okay, so then what are you talking about?
No, I'm saying who
confused.
said that there was no gaffers that was lined up for the United job.
I'm saying it. I'm saying
Why,
there
why?
were not many gaffers lined up for the United
Why?
job. Who? Tell me who.
Poch at the time.
Really, Pochettino
No, but,
just came
yeah,
from
I'm
Chelsea
saying-
and stunk up the joint.
Yeah, but you
like-
said there's no gaffers
and then
that was.
didn't he choose to not go to Manchester
no,
United?
No, we didn't go to
See,
him.
then see the narratives.
We didn't
We
go-
didn't even sit down. With
Anita, do you actually think this guy's first choice was Team USA?
But we're going.
So then you guys believe that your first choice, Man United's first choice, was Ruben Amorim, and they
No,
got
but
him.
they already said
Is that what it was?
10%.
No, but they already said that we'd spoken to Tuchel in the summer. So
Sorry,
before
Tuchel. As well.
Ten Hag got the new contract, we'd spoken to Tuchel then, and he
And
was like, "I'm
Tuchel
not
said-
sure." No, at the time he said, "I'm not sure."
Which is code for no.
No, he said, "I'm not sure," because obviously at the time then England was about to come in.
No,
They
it
said
wasn't.
they said they've been speaking to him already.
We were definitely speaking to Tuchel, but at the end of the
He
day,
said no.
At the end of the day, Amarin has come here because he feels as if he can make a difference. That as
Do you know what?
as a
I hear
gaffer.
it. Graham Potter came to Chelsea thinking he can make a difference. I hear it.
That's my
Do you get what I'm
problem.
saying?
with
So
I hear
it's,
it.
it's gaffers want to have the ego to think they can change United.
You
Yeah,
even had
I
Sean
hear
Dyche
it.
the other day talking about
Sean Dyche talking about he will take the job. Like managers are deluded as well,
managers
as well
are
as players.
deluded.
And players.
And players.
And players.
Players
Let's not forget
come.
that.
Players come thinking if
Exactly.
I win, if I win
Yeah,
again,
Yeah,
with
like
United-
Mason Mount.
Do you get no
and,
facts though.
and it's the sense of like, no one thinks, sorry, especially men, no man thinks they're not good enough for a role. Let's
yeah,
actually
so
just keep
the
it real,
ego-
bro.
ego
Let's
factor.
keep it just like,
Yeah, everyone
It's a man. It's a man thing then, because that's
someone could
crazy.
be, a boy could be a grad, yeah? He could be on a grad scheme. And if they said to them, I want you to apply for the CEO role, they'll go and submit themselves for submission.
No, fair.
There's
fair.
no man that thinks he's not able to do a role. And in the same sense, yeah, every single manager, if you'd have said, we want you to take this Manchester United job, they won't be thinking in themselves, I can't do it. The difference will be, should I take it? Should I take it and can I do it? It's two different things, by the way. They all think they can do it.
So do you think Amarin can do it? Do you think we can be successful under him? And then to segue into
That's
that,
mad. I think to say yes and what he's shown so far is a mad.
actually-
so
mad-
Have
then
you
do
guys
you
lost
think we should still
18
keep him?
matches?
Is a mad.
guys
No,
have
that's the
lost
thing.
18 matches.
I'm pulling my hair out because
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, what
I
you saying?
fully get.
Yeah.
Don't get me like wrong here. Every time a gaffer comes in, you know me, I'd never say, it's Amarim out or whatever. I'm not that kind of guy. And I'd try to stay on the train for as long as possible. Do you get it? And I'm pulling my hair out because it's like I get that, but then I also get Ugarte, Hoyle and Lindelof.
Yeah.
And then I get that every manager before Amarim has Ten Hag changed his ways 2 games into his managerial role.
Yeah.
But then I also get like at least play to what squad players you got. But then at the same time, the managers before that were doing that. So it's like it's just a mess.
Yeah.
So, but then at the same time, we shouldn't be 16th. So that's why I'm just sitting here thinking I don't even know what to think. I'll be real.
Yeah, that's mad confusing.
And then when you're saying sack him, win or lose, I'm like cool. I hear that. And then when you're saying keep him, give him a summer, I'm like cool. Do you get it? Because it's like I don't know what to think.
I'm not even Amarim out completely, but I am at the point that I'm like, if he does get sacked, he can't complain.
No,
you
no,
know what I mean?
no,
There could be,
100%.
there
I
could be
think
no
that's-
complaint.
yeah, no,
That's
I think
100%. I think he knows that himself.
You get it? Like
I
everyone.
think he knows that himself.
But I do think as well, though, he made a comment the other day that was like, a club like this can't get used to losing, and it feels as though we are getting used to the feeling of losing. In that sense, we're not acting like a big club.
Sorry, buddy, but that was
But he
already
himself-
in fruition.
Yeah, he himself is adding to it, yeah, because I'm sorry, someone that adamantly does not want to lose any more games, yeah, we will not be seen. Trust me, it's very much become fine for United to lose games because us as fans are going into the games knowing we're going to lose, and the team does exactly what we expect it to. Whereas the game you're talking about with Ten Hag, the game you're talking about with Ten Hag, 2 games into the season, the 3rd game into the season when we played Liverpool, and the beginning of the game, you could tell this is a different vibe we're feeling. This is a different team approach. The approach has stayed the same. How can I lose, and the approach in the ninth game is still the exact same?
And I can't say, I can't rebuttal that. Do you get it?
Neither can I.
It's insanity.
Neither can I. You got players like Garnacho, Thursday.
Yeah.
He's using the Premier League.
He just tweets
Are you
Thursday.
Thursday?
He puts his Insta caption
Thursday.
We lost the game and he
And he's
goes
putting
Thursday.
Thursday.
And
then he did it
touching on that, fair play to the players, because at the same time, we think they're garbage and whatnot. Sociedad, Leon, Bilbao. Am I missing one?
It's those ones.
Nah.
If you told me that would be our run of games before the first game, I'll say no chance.
I'll be honest with you though. I was saying that we needed to focus on the Europa League.
No, 100%. By the way we're playing, I would have said absolutely no chance.
Oh, you're just saying that they got up for it.
But touching on them posts that he's saying, ever since these lot have been, and it's not just him, ever since these lot have been doing that, I said they better damn win that competition.
Yeah.
And getting into that, because what happens, bro, genuinely, if we do not win that competition?
Well, let me tell you something. We're talking about 16. We're talking about 16th, 17th, and I can't lie, even in this room, on Friday when I was there, it's all a laugh right now, because... Because... It is our reality, but let me tell you something. If we lose on Wednesday, it was dark. Like it becomes 16th is real now.
No, and it becomes toxic. It's not.
so toxic.
Remember, we haven't been toxic as a fan base for a bit.
They're still they're still clapping them at the stadium.
I know you're doing it. like sing the chant, bro. I was hearing something from the top of his lungs. I was turning it around. Listen.
With 18 losses.
Such is
That's crazy.
Listen,
You have to get
my
involved in-
defense.
once you're
I
there,
didn't go
you're
to football on Friday. I'll be so
Crazy.
No, I'm not.
Allow it.
Do you get
No one's saying you shouldn't. No one's saying. I'm
bro.
basically making the point that the fan base are still.
They're
It's
still
not
trying.
toxic. No, but there's not even. You couldn't even say 30%, or even you couldn't even say anywhere near that percent is hammering out in the crowd. Do you get what I mean?
The crowd. It's crazy. It's crazy.
No. What?
No, the crowd
are really supporting the
crowd
gaffer.
all believe, like, you actually hear it every time Højlund does a misplaced pass. The crowd just groan, and then after they've groaned at Højlund, they look at Amrin. They're thinking, how can I even shout at you when I'm watching?
I hear it.
These lots
Do you know in at Stamford Bridge we're still singing Super Frank?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Got no chance.
What? We're still singing Super Frank. We want Mariska gone. Like,
That is hilarious. But yeah, like
It becomes real.
Yeah,
it does.
16th is real.
yeah.
So 18, half of your games being losses becomes real.
17.
Because if
and
we
no
win,
trophy.
and 16th, no pot, no Europe, it becomes real, bro. And
Look, your
but
voice
if we
cracking.
win, I'm gone. Like,
No. Genuinely speaking, I told
dark.
like if we lose,
Rock bottom.
if we lose on Wednesday,
I'm taking a break.
no, genuinely,
I'm being
like,
deadly serious.
I will find another. Listen,
Me, I found my
I'm
next
not
bro.
the
off.
type of fan that's gonna dibble and dabble ever in another team, or that's not me.
Find a new sport.
Even
Yes, and
Yeah,
New sport.
I'm not gonna lie. When Chelsea had Graham Potter will come in 12th, I watched Formula 1 with my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Formula 1 girl
I
now.
will tap back into NBA.
Yeah.
Like, trust me,
That's
like,
where I'm at.
and I don't blame you. I
You're on the brink.
I don't want to be on that journey though. With, like, do you get? I want us to be on
2
that
a.m.
journey. Do you get? That's where you find your peace.
2 a.m.
At
games
2 a.m.
in silence. No, the only voice you hear is Twitter, and that's it. After that, you're on your way.
Good.
United will not finish me. That's where I'm at right now.
What?
And genuinely, they lose that final.
And let me tell you, we talk about managers and stuff. Yeah, Spurs are without their 3 best players.
I was
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
to
they
say that
are.
as well. Kulusevski.
It's a choice.
and
Maddison.
Maddison.
Yeah. It's a choice to play Ugarte.
Yep.
Especially
keeps
after
doing it,
what
by
we
the
saw on Friday. It's a choice.
Choice.
Lindelof is a choice. Højlund, cool. Cool. You want a front man?
There's actually no other options right
There's
now.
no other option.
You want a front man?
I'll throw
The way
Chilwell in
you
there,
play,
but-
This is
the way you play your football, it requires a build in that ilk. Cool. The other two's a choice. So you start them two, man, or one of them that I've mentioned. Without Spurs' three best players, they haven't won a trophy in how long? We're not City, you know. We win finals.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So it's like,
Don't be the gaffer to start trying to
and
change.
then on top of that, it becomes so real that it's. I don't think he'll turn it around. I'll lose belief,
Agreed.
and it will get that. It will be so rock bottom. I don't see a world where he turns it around.
Now, speaking about if we win it, what does that do? Because
No.
we've spoken about the negativity that it will cause if we lose the final. How does it change our fortunes if we win that final, Moyo?
I'm at a tough spot, even if we win it, yeah,
Is it?
because I genuinely don't know what we want to do in the Champions League. I genuinely think, yeah, for this where we're at, we don't have. I don't know what we want to do there. Europa is a nice, you know, it's home. It's where we're comfy, yeah. It's where you know we're gonna win games. Genuinely, if we do win it and we get into the Champions League, for what? And I don't trust it. Yes, we can talk about the revenue that it brings in. We've shown that we don't know how to spend money accordingly. And this has been something that has been for years and years and years. I sent these lot in the chat the other day about how United spend money. And this has been going back from when we got 80 million from Ronaldo and we spent it on Obertan, Bebe, and God knows who else. Yeah, we don't know how to spend and allocate funds. So even if we were to get like 40 million from qualifying for the Champions League, we spent what 55 million on Ugarte. We spent 55 million on Mason Mount. Can you trust this club to buy players that are going to help us in that competition? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
So,
not.
so
It's
the
not.
reason why I disagree in
Okay.
terms of the Champions League and why I think it's more important than just that, it's the new format. So, yes, you speak about whether in the Europa League that's our home, etc. and whatnot. But the Champions League, you're playing different teams, bro. Like it's not the same Champions League that we are accustomed to.
Agreed.
It's a different format. So I back us Champions League nights against
Brother,
certain teams.
brother, like
The
who?
hit.
Brother, like who?
It's different when you're in the champ.
Brother,
It's different.
brother,
You lot are
It's
killing me.
different.
brother.
Genuinely.
Let me tell you something.
And let me land.
Brother.
It's not even just about just that as well. It's also about whatever we do in the window. Like, respectfully, yeah, we're being quoted 30 million the lap, yeah. We know as United fans that that's not a game changer. In terms of going into next season, yes, he might, you know what I mean, do
He'll be
this.
better than Højlund.
Do you get what I'm, but that's
Yeah.
not, we still know as United fans that we're nowhere near
Yeah.
competing, etc.
Agreed.
Qualifying changes our fortunes in the transfer market. Fact. It's a fact. Do you get what I'm saying? With certain players that are on the cusp of leaving as well, we can't afford to not make the Champions League. There's so many different reasons. I understand what you're saying in terms of the embarrassment factor, whatever, this, that. But I'd rather be in the Champions League than not be in the Champions League and have no European football, have one game a week,
Yeah.
because that one game a week doesn't even guarantee
doesn't get-
that we're going to
Come
be
on.
doing anything to be making sure that we're closing the gap.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, Amarin has spoken about, a week of training. Okay, you got your week of training, you performed. Why hasn't he spoken about a week of training, etc., or the fact that we might have sessions to get the players in? Because he knows himself, bro, I don't want these players anymore. I don't want to do anything with these players anymore. Forget about training. He's done himself. So, yeah, I think we just need new players in. We need to get players out as well.
Yeah, agreed. But we've always had a problem with getting people out. And I'm sorry also, Champions League with you see Onana? I'm
Let's
telling
not
you
go
now.
there. Let's not go there.
How
It's true.
How can we be able to bank on shipping out a player like Onana without Champions League football?
No, but what's killing me is in this whole process of Europa League football, I've not thought of Champions League once. I've not thought of it once.
Yeah.
Like the thought of Champions League, that I don't want to win on Wednesday because of the Champions League. I couldn't care less about Champions League football next season. My thing is, it sounds like we're brass. Like literally, we're literally starving for
We
pennies.
need it. The club is on its knees.
Yeah.
And that is one, obviously, because I don't want the season to be 17th, no pot. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah, of
two,
course, obviously.
And two is because it feels like if we are going to get anywhere in the next few years, it's because we won.
agree.
It's because we win on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And touching on your point, more money, more this, and the reason why I can run with that is because just looking on Friday, I was saying to someone at the game, it's like not even to be too greedy. If you put Cunha and Delap, it's a different game.
I agree.
But then if you want to be greedy now, let's say we do win and we do get Champions League football and you got Cunha, Delap. No, you're not even that. Cunha, Delap, a wing back and a centre mid, it's a different game.
Yeah.
Against a team that is about to get Champions League football.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So that is my thing.
No, I agree.
And that's it. I'm not even thinking about special nights next season. That's not even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
So what are we saying for predictions?
I'm not joking.
I'm confident.
I think
confident.
Man United is winning.
And I think Friday,
Man United.
Friday for some reason, I left the game feeling a bit more confident.
I do think after you know,
In a weird way.
somehow same because because do you know why?
I want to understand.
In that game, yeah.
Like Tottenham are below us, by the way.
Tottenham are not as good as you guys, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think that in a final, I back United to go up another level.
100 every time.
And after that game, I was like, in the first 10, 20 minutes, let's say, yeah, I saw opportunities that if we can get those exact moments again against Spurs, I trust us with the adrenaline of it to be in a final.
And I rate you lot. And it's like, for that game, it was a moment of magic. If we're being Reece James, like it was, and that was like, it was just them things. If we just had two players, that would have been a proper game. Do you get it? And it's like, they're missing their three best players. They're nowhere near in the top half. Like they're below us somehow. And it's like, if we get them little moments and punish them in them moments and make those moments more like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then
So what's your prediction then?
I think win.
Yeah, what?
2-1.
2-1? What are you saying?
I really don't know. Spurs have had our number now, the whole season. And obviously there's an outlier game in there, which is the 4-3, where we Bayinda was actually throwing the ball into his own net, and we didn't start Ahmad, and we did. There's little.
And we played. I remember that game, and in the first half there was glimpses. I thought we played well.
And
even in the 1-0.
Even in the 1-0 game, Garnacho had 20 million chances.
He ballooned it right before they scored, and that was when Onana parried it to him. He's the one that worries me on Wednesday. He might chuck the game. Onana is him in Europe. If anyone trusts him, then shame on you. Yeah. If anyone actually trusts that guy, then shame on you. And I also think for Spurs, obviously they're missing players, but you've got your centre-backs there. They've got their centre-backs locked and loaded, and Højlund is not doing anything against them. Yeah. And Garnacho's going to have to score the chances he gets, because Garnacho gets chances every single game. So I don't have any doubts that he's going to get a chance in this game. It's about, is he going to score? What Sant said as well, though, lineup, is scaring me. I don't know what... It's looking like Ugate's going to start that game. But we know that Casemiro is starting that game. So if that happens, that means Bruno's going in the front three. That's problem number one. I want to give him the benefit. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to give him that he doesn't do that.
Do you think Ugate's starting on the bench?
I'm going to give him that.
Cool. So that was therapy. I've just had to catch my breath.
You guys feel okay?
Honestly, it's and obviously
let it out.
Briefly touching on, because I know Yeah.
We ain't even got to do all of that. It's fine. Chelsea
Yeah,
win.
standard.
Standard. Chelsea win.
So
Cool.
Standard
Cool.
Chelsea win.
Yeah, Chelsea
Yeah,
win.
cool.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
Anthony Duck.
We'll see.
Like he can score. It doesn't matter. Chelsea's gonna
Okay,
win.
Who else
fair.
is there? Isco.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll
Chelsea
see.
win.
Don't worry. We'll run the
Chelsea win.
tapes back.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
run
it's
the
by
pace back.
far the best team they've played in that.
Yeah,
competition.
100%. No, we'll run
Do
the
you
tapes
know
back.
what? Do you know what?
No.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
No.
Do you know- Wait.
You said your piece, man.
Do you get it? Like, you don't need to change anything. Alright, go on. Say nothing.
You know, calm down. I'm just saying, the last few matches have shown me that Chelsea, they're on a higher trajectory than they were at the beginning of the year. Not season of the year, because the beginning of the year was dark. It was really bad. I do think it's going to be quality over everything. Reece James fully fit. We got Caicedo fully fit. All of our players are fully fit. Jackson, he's eligible to play for that match as well. Not saying Jackson's going to score because he's not been clinical as of recent. But I do think there's no chance in hell that we don't come away with a win in that game. I just can't see it happening. If we don't,
We'll run the tapes back.
Yeah, cool.
We will.
hey, run it back.
100%.
You think you can scare me? You think I'll eat you for breakfast?
Sorry. But no, man, it's been a pleasure, honestly, man. It's always been a pleasure chopping it up. No matter
Damn.
how bad our teams are doing.
Hey, my team is still
I know you
battling
don't
for
like it
fifth,
when you guys
bro.
When you was there.
But why are you grouping me? Stop grouping
But
me.
When you were here last time, we were having therapy for
Yeah, we
Chelsea.
all had therapy. Don't
So
lie.
so let's
Yeah,
not act
but
like you're-
yeah, that was a season ago.
Oh, okay.
Like
No problem.
we're battling
problem.
top 6. We're doing our thing.
Ah, sorry.
You lot keep your 17th, 16th battle, okay?
Fair enough.
Right.
Let's see who gets champs. Cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I will roll that tape back. Yeah.
I think we'll get it done, but let's see.
Wait, I didn't even ask you. What's your prediction?
No, I think we'll win. I think it'll be a 2. I want to say a 2-1 win.
I'm going for a higher scoreline, you know. I'm thinking like 3.
3? 3-0? 3-0?
3-1.
Fair enough.
3-1.
Well, we will be back here to chop it up and see what that result does for us, man. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having
Mario,
us.
Anita, Gold Diggers, tell them where they can find you.
Follow us on Gold Diggers at Gold Diggers UK on Twitter, X,
Yes.
and at Gold Diggers UK _ on Insta.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. You guys, I'm sure you've already seen their faces. You know, they're doing amazing things. So yeah, man, you'll see them again for sure. Sanch, thank you for
Thank you.
coming
guys.
on as well,
Yeah.
chopping it up. You know, as usual.
We'll see.
Being
We'll
here
see how
with me.
Wednesday. Just get through Wednesday.
100%, man, 100%. But yeah, man, that's another video on Feel the Play TV. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, man. And yeah, the videos will be coming thick and fast. Peace.